Here's why you play Atlas, the Ocean Gladiator, as a roamer. First off, he has amazing crowd control with his ultimate that can lock down multiple enemies at once. He also brings strong initiation to the team, being able to start fights and force enemies into unfavorable positions. On top of that, Atlas excels in team fights as his area control and CC can completely change the outcome of battles. However, Atlas relies heavily on his ultimate, which means he is less impactful when it is on cooldown. He's also vulnerable to displacement skills, as heroes who can push or knock him away can cancel his setup. Lastly, he has limited damage output, making him dependent on his team to finish off enemies after he engages. Atlas's passive, Frigid Breath, allows him to generate frigid breath around him each time he casts a skill. Enemies affected by this gradually lose movement speed and are eventually frozen briefly. Atlas also gains extra physical and magic defense while this is active, boosting his durability in fights. Atlas's first skill, Annihilate, smashes the ground to cost 3 explosions, each dealing magic damage to enemies. If Atlas is in his ejected state, both he and his mecha cast a skill, allowing him to hit enemies multiple times and zone them effectively. Atlas's second skill, Perfect Match, ejects from his mecha, gaining bonus movement speed and immunity to slows while the mecha follows him. When he reunites with the mecha, he deals magic damage and stuns nearby enemies. In his ejected state, Atlas shares HP with his mecha and takes reduced damage, giving him a way to safely engage. Atlas's ultimate, Fatal Links, throws chains to latch onto enemy heroes, slowing them while channeling. He can then drag them to a designated location and slam them down, dealing magic damage. When used in ejected state, the mecha returns instantly, but the stun becomes a slowing effect. This ultimate is Atlas's main initiation tool and is one of the strongest AoE crowd control skills in the game. A typical skill combo for Atlas is to start with his second skill to engage and get close to enemies. Once in range, activate his ultimate to chain and drag multiple enemies together, ideally into your team's damage dealers. After landing the slam, follow up with the first skill to deal extra AoE damage and trigger his passive freeze effect. Moving on to builds, I usually build Rapid Boots, Dominance Ice, Athena Shield, Immortality, Antique Cuirass, and finally Fleeting Time. These are the emblems that go along with this build. As for battle spells, Flicker is the best choice as it lets Atlas perform his famous Flicker plus ultimate combos for surprise initiations. Atlas is strong against squishy mages and marksmen without mobility like Vexana and Eudora, as they cannot escape his ultimate once caught. However, he struggles against heroes with displacement skills such as Valier and Moskov, who can easily interrupt his engages. Atlas pairs excellently with AoE damage heroes like Villainixia, since he can gather enemies together and set up devastating combos. You should unlock the first skill at level 1 for better wave clear and poke, prioritize maxing the first skill with the second skill as your backup, and most importantly upgrade the ultimate whenever available. In playing Atlas, your role is to be the frontline initiator and create opportunities for your team. Always look for angles where you can catch multiple enemies with your ultimate and combine it with Flicker for surprise plays that can win team fights instantly. Remember to use your second skill wisely, as it not only helps you engage but also allows you to escape sticky situations. Be mindful of heroes with knockbacks or suppression, as they can cancel your engage and leave you vulnerable. During team fights, don't rush your initiation, wait until key enemy skills are down, then go in with your ultimate for maximum impact. In the laning and roaming phase, use your first skill to clear waves or pressure enemies, while your passive ensures extra survivability and crowd control. Lastly, communicate with your team. Atlas is most effective when your allies are ready to follow up on your engages with damage, so make sure you're not diving in alone.